So I think we'll just download it, file. So minimize the just download it now. Okay, so this is like a software. How that was. So when you are installing that, maybe you don't use customize the option. So don't install directly because we don't need to. You need to set the passwords for this. So today voting process of calculating that. So please all of you follow the process and set up the server. So we'll install the license in other machines to get the logs and we set up the center in the laptop for the practice. This week we will discuss about what is central network, central how to analyze the Windows logs and Linux logs. Okay, so how to connect with the tools. Another topic on syllabus is going to be okay. So fine. So let's install. So when you are trying to install the latest plug, it is going to be showing the options. Check access the license agreement, select the customize options. So remember, this is the path where your plug is going to be installed. Your plug related configuration files are everything is going to be stored in the path. So define program files for this plug. So you can just like corporate companies like so they install the Splunk account as a domain name, but we are not part of any Active Directory server. So we are just like using a local system and a local account. So but in a corporate companies, enterprise level, they use a domain. So what is a domain account? What is local account? We have three different types of accounts in a Windows computer for the authentication. One is a local account. It means your system store your username password. Your system store your username password. So that is a local account. Okay. So local account like just like only your system. We have a cloud account. Your Microsoft account used as a cloud account for the authentication. Okay. And third, like domain account. The domain account is like a handled by the corporate companies. For example, in an organization, so we have a one employee. If that guy want to log in from the another computer, see, if you have your project files in your own computer, if you lost your computer, your files is gone, everything is gone. Okay. In case if you want to log in from the other system to the things, you don't have any kind of data, nothing. So, and one more thing is not safe to keep in a one person's lab business. So that's why what organization do, they are going to be follow the one process name is called Microsoft AD. Microsoft AD, Active Directory Setup. Microsoft Active Directory Setup. So Microsoft Active Directory, what they have, like they create a forest. Forest nothing but like so. One business organization is called as a forest in an Active Directory. In a forest, they have like a organizational units. Organizational units nothing but departments. Departments. Forest has a domain. Forest has a domain. So that domain under the domain, multiple like organizational units they can have. It means like so users, developers, okay, so sales team, marketing team, like that different organizational units, OS they can have. So we have a AD with a forest. Forest has a one domain controller. The domain controller maintain the domain and it will allow the administrator to create the users and their groups and their files, their permissions, okay, their configurations and everything. Now centralize the authentication mechanism. So by using a domain account, you are logging to the corporate domain with your domain name required, username required, password is required. Your username, password related to the domain account is not stored in your computer. Where it is stored? It is stored in a domain controller. So domain controller has a one database LDAP. Okay, so that LDAP has a like a storage and it will store the data. Got it user can bonus authentication process. So that domain account also they can use. Now domain account like so. It will connect our Splunk server to the entire organization domain. If you use the domain account. So local account, it will only connect to the local systems. I said everything follow me. So they need a connectivity for the entire organization, they prefer to use a domain account. It depends upon the data. So we are using a local system account, right? Next. So enter the username password. This is the administrator username password. So remember that when you log into the Splunk administrator dashboard, it will ask the username password. Next. So this. This installation process takes time. So login with your username and password. Okay, so now all of you try to understand. If you take any kind of assignment, so we have like three important components in it. Okay. So assignment, you can take like yes, I, what are that? Yes, I, yes, I, yes, you. So what is SIM? It's a combination of those. Security information management. Security information management. And system event management. Those are two models. Security information management. Okay. System event management. Those are two models. Those two components are together in a single tool. The tool name is called SIM. Okay. So SIM tool, security information event management. Security information. So SIM is like a security information management. Okay, the same is system event management. System event management. Now both together we have a single component. That component is called so security information event management. So what this tool is doing? See, previously administrators they have a separate division. System event management they have separate. Security information event management tool separate. We have. But all together we they created a single tool. The tool name is called SIM. So what SIM tool can help you? So it has a three different components. So now component first one. You know the component name. So index. So you can take the so index. Index is the first important component we have now. Okay. Second, search. Search head. So you can use like a search. Third, forward. That's it. So those three important components it is given. One is an index server. Another one is like a search dashboard. And third one is a forward. So you need to create the link between those three components. If you want like a sub, SIM tool uses, you need to integrate three things. Okay, so those three components need to work together. Then only will actually work. Okay. So why we are using SIM tool? SIM tool we are using to identify the threats in a early stage. Identify the threats in a early stages and investigate the threats. Okay. So our organization may be compromised, maybe it's going to be compromised. But the early detection are already after incident detection purpose. Okay, if you want to investigate, you need to go through the every individual machine. You need to collect every individual machine logs you need to analyze. It's not that easy. See, user is using a computer, you want to go there and you want to disturb him, your production is going to be stopped. That user is not going to work on his project ever, right? So we need a like a so monitoring which can collect the logs in a real time, which can collect the logs in a real time help you to monitor in a remote location. So in the old days, all our computers approach is the local log management. Local log management. It means logs are we have in a computer itself. So you can open like in the bottom of your computer search for event period. Event period. Open run as a okay. So this is the app we have in the Windows machine. This machine is this app is going to be manage the security information and events related information in your company. Okay, so we have three terms you need to understand. One important event, log, incident. Those three important words you need to understand. What is event? Action. What is event? Action. Okay. User is logged in. That is a one action. User is logged out. That is a one action. User created another user. That is a one action. User changed the password. Another action. User deleted user. Another action. User changed the privileges of the user. Another action. So different actions. Okay. Different events. But event based upon the category. How many times user logged in? Every time it will create the only one event ID because classification. Event ID we have. That particular so event ID will represent that. Okay, so user logged in those many times. User created users those many times. So Windows to organize all the actions, they are following the approach name is called event ID. Unique event ID for the action basis. Action basis. Now, if a user is logged in, that particular thing related event ID we have. User is created that event ID we have. So Microsoft is so managing the event login of the Microsoft operating system. So with the event ID as a primary. Event ID as a primary. So now you can search with the event ID, you can figure out what exactly happened. So they have a logs. What is a log? Event is an action. What is a log? Log is a file. Log is a file. Event is an action. Log is a file. We have a logs. It means files we have. Event logs we have. It means too many actions of information is stored into the files. Log files. Those files are stored in your computer. So whatever events happen in a Windows computer is clearly recorded by the operating system, stored in a log files. Those log files you are able to read with the event reader. You are reading with the event reader. But same files you can read with the SIM tool also. SIM tool also can collect the all event log files. It can read the log files and process that log files and display that in your SIM dashboard. Guys are able to follow me. I hope that all of you got the idea. Event, action. Okay. Log file, where actions are stored. And incident. Incident is a malicious. Okay. Malicious actions in a proper order. We have a single event or multiple events in a files, but that events represent the malicious action. That is called as an incident. Incident. What is the incident? So employee is not permitted to create the user account, but he created. That is incident or not? Incident. Remember always, incident is nothing but okay. Malicious action of the user. Malicious action of the user. So maybe that includes multiple events. Multiple events. Single event may depend on approach. Multiple. It means now a hacker like a so incident. We have a data breach is an incident. Data breach is an incident. It means hacker stolen sensitive information. That is an incident. But that incident contains okay chain of actions. Am I right? Chain of actions we have a it means hacker like a login It did a brute force attack. It means we have a event log with a hundreds of failure login attempts. After that, one successful login attempt. We got access. He logged in successfully to that system. Then he located files. Then he stolen the data. So that is about incident. So incident is like a activity which will represent the abnormal behavior. Guys are able to follow me. There is a normal behavior and abnormal behavior. Normal behavior 9 to 6 employee can log into the system. That is a normal. But midnight 1 o'clock he log in. That is abnormal. ఆఫీస్ పనులనే పని చేయరు మనోళ్ళు అర్ధరాత్రి ఏం చేస్తున్నారు malicious intention. Is able to follow me. So organization track their employee activities through the email logs. Clear everyone? అర్థమవుతుందా? So SOC is completely depends upon the log management. So now we have a logs in our system. This is a local log management. Just understand, I'm a cyber criminal. I got access to your computer. I committed to the some malicious activities. My every activity is recorded in your system. You can see that in an event here. Do you think I leave my traces? As a criminal, do you think I will expose my identity? My activities? No. Big no. Cyber criminals, when they come into the crime, they will try to erase the evidences related to that. We have a clear phase, clearing logs. Clearly, we have a 5 phases in a hacking. So fifth phase is clearing logs, clean up, hacker clean up everything. Now I got access to your system. Now if I run the command, it will clear it. For example, if I got a meta previous shell, there is a one command, clear EV. If I run that, your entire event log is erased. In your system, till now, how many logs are created? Everything is erased. Now your event log will become 0. Simple command. Do you think hacker leave the logs for you? No. Then how can you protect your organization? If you depends upon the local log management, really, you don't have any plan. So, for monitoring from the centralized dashboard purpose and secondary, okay, so protecting organization from this kind of log tampering attacks also. We need a centralized log management. Centralized log management. It means not local log. You should maintain the centralized log management. For that centralized log management purpose only, we are using SIM tool. SIM tool, what it is doing? First of all, it is collecting the log from the user system. User system. It is collecting the logs and it is storing those logs in the index server. Index server. We have an index. First component, index in a SIM tool. That index is nothing but logs storage. Logs storage. But those logs are enriched logs. Please try to understand. Our SIM tool is going to be allow us to collect the log from the different sources. Can you take your WhatsApp and check the screenshot I shared? So I just posted one photo. Can you open that? Yes. Now you can see that what type of logs your SIM tools can collect. Your SIM tool can collect network traffic logs, authentication logs. Okay, so authentication logs. Okay, when user is logged in, logged out, authentication logs, network traffic logs. Okay, and access logs, and it is data access. Okay, read and write and delete kind of operations. And system logs, system level, applications logs, what are the applications he is using, their activities, security logs, and DNS log, like a domain name server. For example, if we are accessing facebook.com, facebook.com to Facebook server IP address translation is required, that thing performed by the DNS. So DNS logs, okay, and email server logs, email logs, proxy. proxy and the web server logs. So proxy server used for the internet filtering purpose in a corporate companies. It means which website he access, how much internet he use, like he is permitted to access that website or not. Everything is controlled in a proxy server. The proxy server logs, database servers logs. Okay, IDS, IPS we have. We have like a intrusion detection system, intrusion prevention system. Okay, so that intrusion detection system, intrusion prevention system related. For example, if any attack is happening, any malicious behavior is detected. Okay, what is firewall? Firewall can only work based upon a single rule. It means allow or delete. So don't allow the person wear a white shirt. So now it will only stick to the rule, but it don't read the next sequence actions. Firewall is an individual rule basis, but IDS is pattern basis. IDS is a pattern basis. It means now group of actions analyze, identify the threat. So IDS, intrusion detection system, follow the sequential actions analysis and take the decision is it like a malicious behavior or not. Okay. Pattern based approach we have. So better than the firewall. Firewall has an individual rule, but IDS like a collection of pattern use cases basis. Okay. Now IDS can alert. IPS can stop. Intrusion prevention system can stop the. It is going to be like a so simply drop the connection so like a so prevent that. Okay. So if you integrate in your organization firewalls, we need to collect the firewall logs. If you install the IDS and IPS, their logs also. IPS can't able to work without IDS. Both are like that. What is they work together. Okay. So you need to install a solution which has IDS and IPS both can. Okay. And we need to understand that like, what type of softwares are installed in the computer in a regular software installation logs. Okay, so and advanced and specialized log types. Okay, and EDR logs, endpoint detection and response tools. EDR. Lot of corporate companies they use a defensive mechanism for the defensive mechanism purpose. So they start their defensive cyber security solutions with a few tips. Okay. Now every company uses the firewall. Most of the companies prefer to use the IDS and IPS. And every company uses the IAM, Identity Access Management and Privileged Access Management purpose. Okay. And not only that, they prefer to use the one more solution name is called EDR. EDR. So what this EDR will do? Endpoint detection and response. What is endpoint? Devices. Devices are endpoints. It means user laptop, user workstation, okay, user mobile, all those are endpoints. So now every endpoint is going to be installed the EDR agent inside of that computer. That EDR, endpoint detection and response tool, is going to monitor the user activities and prevent the cyber attack in a system level itself. Even you don't need to go to the SIM tool. In a system level, it is proactively monitor the system activities and identify the malicious behavior of the user. Immediately stop that guy to do that. For example, if EDR is installed in your computer, that software is going to be monitor your firewall activities, antivirus activities, your browser activities, your process, what kind of process are running in your computer, what type of commands you are running, what is your active network connections you have, everything it will monitor. Now, if it is identified that your computer is trying to communicate with a one malicious IP address in a remote connection is established or trying to connect, then it will block that. Okay, your company is blocked to Facebook.com. You are trying to access the Facebook.com. It will stop you. Got my point. Your company said that like don't allow the user to use a PowerShell program, but you try to launch the PowerShell, it will block you. So it will report, it will take the actions in a endpoint level, system level, but EDR also maintain the log. Every action, everything related to that. So user system level activities are recorded that is stored in a system level. Now those logs if you collect, it is easy for you to identify the patterns of the crime. Malicious easily. So organizations use the EDR also. They use the firewall, they use the IDS and IPS, they use IAM, they use the antivirus, anti-malware solution. Okay, they use the EDR. Guys are able to follow me. All those logs you will collect to the SIM dashboard. SIM tool can allow us to collect all of that. And patch management. So you have an organization. So you have a 200, 300 plus systems. Are you going to be update like a virtual machine every day as a end user see? Our end users don't have permissions. Employees don't have a permission to do those administrative level activities. Who will do that? Administrator need to do that. So they need to have one solution for managing the all the patches installation. For example, recently we hear that like a Windows has some technical flaw, vulnerability. To fix that vulnerability, we need to install the like a latest update. That patch is required. So that patch should be installed properly on everyone's system, every endpoint in that network. So then patch management solution is required. So organizations use a patch management solution. So the cyber security we have offensive side and defensive side. The defensive side, organizations use the too many tools. Patch management software. So try to understand how many departments we have in the defense. Then you like IAM, Identity Access Management and Resilience Access. Identity Access Management related separate tools we have, separate roles and responsibilities we have in a corporate companies. IAM administrators. Okay. So we have a tools name is called like a Microsoft AD, Microsoft Okta, so Microsoft Intra ID. Okay. We have like a SailPoint, CyberArk. Different tools are there only for IAM. Now firewalls, different firewalls we have. Microsoft Defender firewall we have inbuilt, but external firewalls also. Sophos firewall. Okay, so McAfee also has a firewall. So different firewall power. Organizations use a hardware firewall. They have a software firewall and hardware firewall. So they use a like a hardware firewall they can use. Hardware firewall logs, software firewall logs. Firewall they use. So firewall administrators they use. Firewall administrators they need only who are expert in a firewall management. Okay, so see cyber security is not like a single role. Companies need. Okay, so they need experts who can deal with the EDR only. Now, a lot of companies looking for the experts or freshers who can able to deal with the only EDR operations. EDR has a agent and centralized based approach. Like how we have ASI dashboard, same way EDR dashboard also will be. They install the like a EDR in a every endpoint. All EDR agents collect the log from the every system, send that in a real time to the centralized EDR dashboard. So they monitor in a EDR. Guys are able to follow me. So that EDR will give the more dashboard view. So they can like eliminate the like threats. So organizations are like a separately like a trying to handle people for the EDR based like a solution. So do you know the carbon black? Do you know the like a we have like a CrowdStrike EDR based. Guys are able to follow me. So they are looking for that. So do you know that particular thing? So do you want like a so EDR kind of thing, like a SIM kind of thing together for your cloud environment? We have like a Microsoft Azure environment need Sentinel One solutions. So Microsoft like they have a Defender like a endpoint security tools also there. Microsoft Defender endpoint security solution. So we have a different kind of needs. Okay, EDR we need patch management. They have a patch management tools they have. So they have like a if we have like a multiple like a APIs if you are using API gateways you need. APIs and server related logs you need to collect. So API gateway logs. And web application firewall, when you are running the web server, you have to deploy the web application firewall. Web application firewall. And every company need to maintain the time in a synchronized mode because they have to keep all their employees in a one time zone. Now employee A 9 o'clock, employee B 8 o'clock. That's a bad. We need to keep all of them in the same time zone. For that purpose, we need to use the time protocol. So we have like a NTP, network time protocol. That synchronization logs also we collect and containers. Is your company is using virtualization technology, container technology? Now what about those logs? AX logs, Docker logs, okay, and backup. Are you taking regular backups? Why we need a backup mandatory for the data security to prevent unexpected things. So backups are required, backup management. Physical access logs. Who are entering into your office, who are entering into your cabins, you are entering into the server, their authentication logs, physical access. It means biometric devices logs, RFID scanner logs, IAM logs, already we discussed here, configuration change logs. So organizations follow the one strictly like one specific configuration. Whenever they want to update the configuration, their changes logs also they manage. So that configuration logs. Cloud environment are using AWS, Azure, GCP, their logs, your environment logs, cloud. Certificates, your digital certificates. So digital certificate, digital signatures we use. Okay, so their logs. Printer logs. Okay, event logs from the Windows are like this. So we have a different types of log sources. All those log sources are supported by your SL groups. Most of the SL groups they will support the multiple log sources. Guys, are able to follow me. So we need to collect the log. So you are collecting the log from the multiple sources. You are getting all logs together into the one place. Now, if you observe that Windows logs looks different, Linux logs looks different, Cloud logs looks different, router looks different, firewall logs looks different. Now, all they should come into the one specific format or not? User friendly, understanding purpose. So there is some kind of log enrichment is going to be happening. So SIM tool in the backend, it is going to be do the normalizations and the log enrichment and everything, and it will present in a proper way. So by keeping in the index. So whatever log store in the index server, they are already going through that whole process. Okay. So then that log injection process, whatever we have, it is going to be collect the raw log, so do the normalization and do the log enrichment and keep the file. Not as raw logs, not as it is. Logs are modified according to that user requirements. Guys are able to follow me. Now, common fields will get from the every log. Common fields. Raw log you have, but common data required for the easy to filter, easy to search, easy to get it. So they are going to be do that. So index server maintain the logs. Index server maintain the logs. Okay. Your index server. Multiple indexes we have to create. Never keep all the logs in a one index server. Now we have a department. Higher management. CISO. CEO, CTO, CFO, COO, all those guys deal with very sensitive, highly confidential data. Are you going to be merge their data with the normal people? Logs. Now are you going to be give them log to access to the air management log to the one junior who don't have anything, who don't have a common sense? No boss. Company need to have a separate index like this. Based upon the reality, based upon the like risk where they have a sensitive information. So they will manage the multiple index servers. They will create the index servers in their assigned tool. They will create the multiple index servers. They will get the logs according to that particular needs. Okay, so a few departments logs into the one index server, few other departments into the another index server. For example, if you are not running like a single organization, you are working for the multiple organization, you have multiple clients, multiple blocks, then multiple index servers. So index server is a like index is a main component for the storage. Clear? Whatever stored in the index will visible to in a search. Visible to in a search. You will get that in a search. You can filter based upon your search points. We have like a SQL we have. SQL we have. Splunk Processing Language. Yes, how we have SQL, structure query language. Same way SQL queries we have. It means Splunk is giving some patterns. You can use that pattern to search and filter the data. So, who are working in a SOC, those guys are going to be trying to understand their environment to filter the specific content. Clear everyone? Understand? So, now can we go to the event we are on? So there is a like a apps like a Windows logs. Can you expand that? So you can see that like there is a security logs. Now this place like everything we have. So okay, in a side menu you can see the filter current log. Now there is a type all event IDs place, type the event ID 8624. All event IDs. It is showing all event 862. Now click that. So we have some like event IDs based upon the actions. I will share the few use cases to you. Okay, you guys can experiment with those use cases. So you need to understand that logs are created based upon those actions. Okay. So now let me share the like Windows use cases with you. When you type the some Windows commands in your computer, that Windows commands are going to be do some actions in your computer. So those actions are going to be like leads to the activities in your system. Now search for the 4625. Apply. Okay, so 4624. Now those many times you logged in, you didn't enter the wrong password till one time also. 4625 is a failed login attempt. 4624 is a successful login attempt. Okay, so if you create the any user in your system, it is going to be display the like a event ID 4720. Check the 4720. Is there any user creation we have? No users creation. Alright. Okay, now open your command prompt. CMD in administrator mode. Now type the command name space user space demo space /add /add. Now so you can see that like in the side menu you have a refresh icon, click on refresh. Side menu you have like refresh. See that? One event is created, which is a mapping to the like a new user is created. You can double click on that, you can see the user account is created. A user account is created. You can scroll down that who created that account from whose account. Now account name is called demo. Account name is demo. Created. So scroll down who created that. All the details you can find. So scroll up in the top, you can see that who is responsible for creating it. Now Sahi B is like a responsible for creating that. So now in the place of like add command, save command, next space, user space, demo space, /bn, delete. Now you deleted a user. So we have a, like a event ID for the deleted users also. So that action also created a log. So if you delete the user, like so if you add the user, if you change the user passcode, every action is recorded in your system. Those logs we have there. So you are going to be like do the actions. Those actions are recorded in the event log. So you can just like a filter with a specific event ID. You can see that particular actions. Guys are able to follow me. Okay. So you have to collect those logs to the SIM dash. Now I have a multiple logs. Every action is recorded in there. Can you go to the your SIM? So in the top you can see the settings. There is the option add data. So in SM dashboard in the top you can see the settings. If you click on the settings, you can see the like add data. So skip that. I will do the work. So what data you want to send to the Splunk platform based upon that you have to send. Now I want to like follow the like below methods, get the data in the below methods. You can upload the logs, but it's not a real time. If you upload the file, old data only arrive, not a real time. Now you can monitor current system where you have a Splunk server installed, or you can get the log from the other sources. Forwarder. Already I told you the third component, forwarder. So log forwarder. So whatever logs are collected from the other sources, you can receive with the help of the forwarder. That thing I will explain to you in tomorrow class. I will show you how to collect the log from the Windows machines and other Linux machines. So we'll discuss. Now click on the monitor. Today just let's monitor your server. Now so click on got it. Now in a side menu you can see all the log sources. What do you want exactly? Based upon that, you can see in a live side effect. Do you want to monitor the performance or do you want to monitor the any TCP UDP port log? Do you want to monitor the files and folder changes, registry changes? You can monitor it. You can collect the log related to it. Now, but I want to collect the log related to the local event log. Select the local event log. Now, with that application log, security log, setup log. Now, click on those things. Now, security setup system. Forward events. Okay, how many sources we selected? 5 sources we selected. Now you can click on next. Now it is displaying the your server PC name and it is displaying the which is the index you want to use. Are you able to see that there is an index it is mentioned? You have to select the index which index you created for the your logs. So already I told you administrators in a corporate company like who are managing SI tool. Okay, we have Splunk administrator tool. SI integration engineers will have. Okay, so SN tools administrators we have separately, not like the analyst. Analysts don't do this work. Who do this work? Administrators. But I'm trying to teach you administrator. Those guys are going to be create the like an index based upon the department wise, based upon their like a process they plan. Okay. Now you can use the default. If you create the new index, it will allow you to create the new index. You can choose that in a drop down menu. Now continue with the default next. Now it is showing the summary details. See that you are trying to connect the Windows event logs, those types of logs, and like the sources you can see the five sources event logs, and it is going to be displayed as such. Now you can click on search. So immediately it will start like a collecting the log from your computer. Splunk is collecting the log from your computer. Right? It is a non-paid. You can verify that in by going to the search. In the top we have apps list. Search enterprise. Next to that icon we have a apps. In the top search enterprise. In that apps list we can see the search and reporting. Click on that. So in this place we have like a skipper. In this place, you can see the data summary. There is a button named called data summary. If you click on that button, it will display the summary of the lecture. How many sources you have, how many systems logs you are collecting, everything you can get the summary in this place. Now we are getting the log from the one computer. That computer name, how many logs are added, when is the last update, you can see that. You can see the like the sources, how many source types we have. It is collecting the from the four sources. So application log, security log, setup log, system logs. IP not So we have a like a so logs. Okay. Now you can just like a click on the any host, like you can see the host list, how many systems. You can close that. So you have a search bar. In the search bar, you can search for the logs. You can search for the now event code equal to 46244. Event code. Just before that, type the event code. Capital E and the small code is a capital. Event without space. Equal to. Now, now you can see the like a event code like so how many times you log in all the log. Now so just a few minutes ago like we created a one user and right? Now what is the event code for the user creation? Okay, 47. So 4720. Now so you can see that like a log created. You can click on that show all 49 lines, you can see the detail. So your logs are. For example, you are like a SAP analyst, you want to monitor your users' activities. Now you want to get the alert whenever new user is created. Which traffic, which logs you have to monitor only this event ID, right? Now in the top we have just scroll up in a search bar. In the top there is a save as alert. You can create the alert for this search tree. So see, alert rules are nothing but your search pattern. Now for this pattern I want to create the alert. So what is the alert? Username, new user created. Whenever new user is created, that event ID is a 4720. So that event is going to be created that machine. Immediately you will get the alert. If new log is created with that event. Okay, now so it is like a shading app and the video alert type is a real time. So do you want to run this every week? No, I want to run like always. Run. I think it is scheduled like so selected a schedule, just click on create. And in the top also shading app. Okay. Now, so when it is going to be run, like I want to run 365 days, this alert rule. Now select the days, type 365 days. Your alert rule is not going to be expired after 365 days, it is going to be expired. Now you want to trigger that alert for one attempt. Okay, so that's why for result basis you have to select. Now, so you can add actions. What is actions? Do you want to send an email or do you want to do other things, run the scripts, all those actions we can define. But as of now, we are going to add the trigger alerts. Now, so severity. I am treating this issue as a critical issue. Now, say you are now you are alert visualizer is going to be displayed again. You double check. So alert is enabled for result basis trigger action condition. Okay, done. Now click on that. There is a top alerts dashboard. You can see that alerts. So your alert list you can find. You have only one alert rule is created. Okay, that alert you can see. Okay. Now in the top there is activity in the top. Next to the settings there is activity. Click on the trigger alerts. So what SOC analyst level 1 guide do in us is SOC is going to be monitor this state only. Rules are already written. Whenever any alert is triggered, that thing visible in this trigger alert. Refresh this page and wait for it. That is the word guide. SOC analyst level 1 guides, like so they will log into the SLAM dashboard or any SLAM dashboard. They have a trigger alert section. In that section, they will monitor. If any alert is triggered, immediately they will investigate. Now go to your terminal, your command prompt, create the net user, demo 123, enter. Now, so you did an action within a few seconds, so it is going to be update the event log. SIM dashboard is going to be receive that log. Now, whenever user regularly trying to check this page, refresh the page. Now you can see that. So you got that. Now, so you can click on the some new user is created, critical alert, you got it. Now you can investigate that, view results. Now you can show all 45 lines. You can see the result. So now you are going to take the decision. How you deal with this as a SOC analyst? Level 1 guys try to verify that it is a false positive or true positive. Now is it a true positive or not? Your log is clear. Your alert is clear. So one user is created by this Poseidon user. Okay. Now you are going to be coordinated with the team. You are going to be asked that specific, okay, administrator of the company is this account is created by lazy user or malicious user. What is the purpose of that account? Every employee in a corporate company don't have a privileges to do the administrator activity. But user is created. Why? Malicious behavior won't be right. Okay, in case if administrator is created that account in that system, then we'll close this incident. But administrator will create that account. But new account is created. It means some malicious behavior. Someone, some hacker is doing this activity in that guy system. So further investigation. అర్థమైతుందా? Every action is recorded. We are going to be create the rules based upon the use cases. I shared in our WhatsApp. If you open your WhatsApp, I shared the event use cases, important use cases monitored by the administrators. I given a commands list also, comparison between Linux and Windows. Okay, you guys can try those commands in your okay virtual machine. Use your Windows 10 virtual machine. Practice those commands. So I given a Windows commands list. Try to do the practice. Tomorrow I will summarize those commands. in open words. So those are like a simple use cases I given to you. Event IDs, fail login attempt post. So how to verify this fail login attempt? We have to verify the event code equal to 46. I said able to follow me. So you have to write the rules based upon that replace the code useless. So disable group member changes, password changes. For example, change the password into the your account. Detect that by using 4724 event. Password is successfully changed. Is it created alert happened? Password change alert happened. So you can write some rules in a version today. You can have it. I given a detailed Windows event log analysis process notes. Please go through that, read that notes, you will get the clarity. What type of most important actions we have in our Windows, how they are like useful to the okay soft in clear everyone. So you have to work on today. So Windows event log. Okay, this is not enough. We are going to be extending. You collected only few sources. What about I want to collect the from extra sources? I will talk about that. So we are collecting only events, not which the program is running in that computer. I want to collect the antivirus logs. I want to collect the firewall logs from the previous machine.